So I have this 2-cycle small engine trimmer that has fuel lines going into the carburetor here and here that are dry rotted. It's really old, and all the hoses need to be replaced. But the problem is getting them through these little off of the carburetor. They come off of the carburetor and then they go in to the fuel tank here through these little holes. So the problem is getting the replacement hoses through those little holes. So you can go to Lowe's or Home Depot and you can buy these fuel line replacements, and they're pretty much the exact replacements for these hoses. So you get a little blue one that's like the small hose, and you get a little yellow one that's like the bigger hose. But the problem is getting them through these little holes. You have this large diameter tube here that you got to try to feed through this hole here. So how do you do that? Well, they give you about 12 inches, and if your hose is less than 12 inches, there's a neat little trick you can use. And if you need longer than 12 inches, you would buy another hose that's a little bit longer. But what I do is I take my little snips and I go to the hose, go to one of the ends, and you snip off the other end here. What you do is you take your snips and you cut a little angle on it so that it's a little bit smaller. I don't know if you can see that. See, I've trimmed away a little piece. You trim it a little bit, then you can take that little piece and find your hole. Feed it into the hole. Get it in there. Okay, so I've stuck it in there. Now if you come in and you look in the hole with a little flashlight, I'll get it in there a little bit deeper. You'll see that there's a little nub sticking out right in the little hole. That you can see a little nub right where my finger is pointing there. You can see a little nub sticking out. So then what you do is you get your pliers this long and you stick them in there. And you grab that little nub and pull down. And there you go. And it's fed through. And then you can pull it all the way through and trim it off, and then hook up your fuel filter if you need. So you do the same thing for the other hose. Anyway, hope that helps. Helped me. Thanks.